really not a nice place to sit. Ugh. Terrible weather, man, all around.
Terrible weather, terrible day.
How's my hair? Am I gonna make a fool out of myself? That's fine. This week in SAO, everyone. That's how we're starting this one. This is what happens when I start casually. Sword Art Online Volume 26, Unital Ring V. This is your 1 week warning. Next week on March 21st, I sure hope it's March 21st because I didn't write it on my notes. Unital Ring 6 is coming out, English translation by Gameverse. If you haven't pre-ordered, this is more or less your final chance to get it on day one. Otherwise, you'll likely have to wait with stock issues or delivery delays and all that kind of stuff. Final chance. This has been your warning. Not comfortable at all. I'm sliding. Holy shit, that is really not nice looking down there. We're continuing the KiriAsu Corner this week on Huo's request. Now, last weekend I was actually editing my timeline video, and as I was doing the end portions of the Aincrad arc, I stumbled upon one of my favorite moments in the entire series that reminded me of it as I was editing it. But the reason Asuna is changing her perspective in season 1 episode 13 when they're talking to Nishida-san at the end of that fishing portion, that was one of the moments that I really fell in love with this series, the way she's explaining things. Of course, her reasoning has changed since the beginning of the progressive series, but even then I still think the entire thought process mixes perfectly with her new perspective gained in the progressive series really quite well, and that is why that is one of my favorite moments in the entire series. Speaking of those Aincrad memories, I published my video on how to watch the Sword Art Online series in the correct order. You know, a question that was very easy to answer a couple years ago, but not so much anymore, because going back and forth, the progressive series is ordinal scale canon, yes it is, and the 4th original movie coming out sometime this year or next year, probably more next year, really muddling the scene of what is the correct order of the series, right? I forgot AGGU as well. So if you have been granted, if you're involved enough to watch this, you know, this week in SAO every single week, you probably don't need such a video, but I can use your support. So if you haven't, please go check it out. Hit the like button if you can, you know, just watch it. Just watch it. Why not? It's a nice little video. You'll enjoy it. I hope you will. Sword Art Online Girls Ops mangaka Nekobyou Neko does not stop. Neko had, a couple years ago, either last year or the previous year, had drawn a Maid Kirito illustration. This year, they have come up with the Maid Asuna to match it. In fact, supposedly it is supposed to be the exact same outfit, according to Asuna's comment. But as usual, Nekobyou Neko, extremely cute illustration, always has a place on This Week in SAO. My knees are killing me now. Okay, we're really going casual at this point. New voice project. Can you check if I'm still in that frame? New voice project. The SAO Beaters Cafe in the past couple years have given us lovely illustrations for every single Sword Art Online game character on their birthdays. From here onwards, we are actually getting voice dramas related to their birthdays, and we're starting off on March 31st with Filia's birthday, so stay tuned for that. We will likely translate it when it comes out. There's a sample. I want to translate it, but Gishimenes is busy and I'm pestering him to do it, but he is really busy. So we'll probably do it for the full release instead, not for the preview. This is really awkward. This isn't the best recording location, I'll say that much. But the main portion of This Week in SAO is, of course, going to be the last Recollection news we have received last week. Now, I would recommend checking out my Twist special for last Recollection by clicking the icon on the top right somewhere, because that's where I have the detailed stuff. But to give you the Cliff Notes version, the opening theme music video has been posted by Reona, and it features a lot of new cuts from the opening sequence we imagine to be the opening sequence animated by A1 Studios for last Recollection. So if you haven't checked it out, do check it out. October 5 is the release date for consoles for Japan. Steam is getting it on October 6, and the Western accounts of Bandai Namco said the game is coming out on consoles on October 6 as well. As is usual, we've been accustomed to it based on previous SAO game releases. We have 2 separate collector's editions announced. but they are both for Japan. And since none of them have a figure attached, I doubt Bandai Namco is going to actually bring them over to the West. There's the Nerve Gear special that they haven't translated since Fatal Bullet days, if I recall correctly. There is a voice drama that they never translate for the West, so the collector's edition basically has nothing they can promote on the Western side without additional effort, and they're not going to put that in. The drama CD I have mentioned, it is going to be very similar to Alicization Licorice's drama CD that we have translated on the channel. I'm going to put a link on the top right icon as well. It is going to be tying into the events of the game itself, and if we can get our hands on it, we're going to translate it at some point. No promises. We don't even know if we'll get our hands on it, to be honest. But as I said, a more detailed coverage you can find in the other special video I did last week. But with that, we're moving on to Variant Showdown. Sorry for all the noises this mic is picking up. Still not used to it. Variant Showdown has a new feature. Raid Dungeon has arrived by the time I am recording this video, but since I have not played it, I don't know how it functions. So if you have figured it out already, do let me know in the comments. By the time you comment, I probably would have played it and know how it works. Along with the Raid Dungeon, we're getting a new Kirito unit in his Aincrad attire and a new Quinella ability, which appears to be the event reward. If it's not, do correct me in the comments because I didn't check it out yet. And two new abilities, one Cathedral Clearing Yu-Gi-Oh! And one Kirito to match that. Both probably gonna be advantageous in the raid event. And last but not least, we're getting two new stamps, one Quinella and one Argo. Last but not least, Integral Factor stuff. There's a new stream scheduled for March 17, where they're gonna dive into future content for Integral Factor. My legs are going to kill myself whatever I do. So don't miss out that stream, even though it's in full Japanese. In fact, I don't even know why I'm rambling. I'm just gonna do a second take. Oh. This is really not a nice place, man. My legs are so dead. Last but not least, we're moving on to Integral Factor. New stream on March 17, where they're gonna talk about future projects. We may get the new floor reveal or maybe an event, probably a floor reveal. But for now, what's in the game? Egil's birthday banner is in the game with two new Egil skills. They are probably useless, but it's a great Egil illustration, particularly the one in the bath. Egil is always welcome. As for events, Guild of Guilds is once again in the game. I am not at all interested. There's a White Day Assault event with a lot of rewards, so you may want to check that out if you're still grinding. There's a guild support campaign if you have a guild or interested in guilds. I am once again not. Rewards have been added to the raid boss dungeon featuring the big wolf, Durun, I believe, and equipment raising dungeon with Lisbeth is live. That is all the news from this week, and next week I am gonna have a more comfortable recording session that is not here killing my legs. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Until then, stay cool.